Miss Bumgarner, and this is Arts and Crafts with Ellie and George. Today we're gonna do actually one more texture rubbing that we are going to use next week in our collage. So last week we did frottage, which was the process of basically pulling a print from rubbing with a drawing material on an uneven surface. So today we're doing the same exact thing, except last week we did organic materials. This week I would like you to find man-made or geometric materials. I'm going to take you around and show you how to do a couple of different styles of this type of frottage, and then next week we will compile it all together to create a awesome collage piece of artwork. So let's get started. So one way that you can do this, if you have a sketchbook where your papers are attached, is you can find things that you can put underneath your page. So you want to find items that are a little bit smaller, that have a texture that you can fit behind your paper, that you won't have to physically move your book around for. So the first texture that I did right here was actually a jumbled up bunch of string. I took a little bit of that string, I put it behind my paper, and I rubbed with my crayon. The second texture right here, see if you can guess it. If you said Legos, then you were right. This is a board that we attach our little princess Legos to. I put this right behind my paper like that, and I rubbed with my crayon. The third texture that I have right here is a little bit harder to see from far away. So this texture right here is a little bit less obvious, but that is a headphones case that I have, and it's just a mesh. So my plan was to show you some more texture rubbings up here that you can use directly underneath your paper. So I'm going to do my best to show you a couple more up here. Hopefully you can see it through the drawing. So the first thing I'm going to use is, I'm just going to take the spiral binding from another notebook. I'm going to put that right behind. I'm going to do that kind of at a diagonal to my Legos here. The next thing that I have is just this little gemstone thing that I actually think came off of a bouquet of flowers. So I'm going to put that behind. This should create a texture because it has positive and negative space. Okay, so this way is fairly easy. If you have a paper that is attached to a notebook, you can just find things that are a little bit more flat that you can fit underneath a piece of paper, and you don't have to tear your page out of your notebook. So another way you can do this is with just a loose sheet of paper and a few crayons. So you're basically going on a texture scavenger hunt. Go around your house and look for interesting objects that have good positive and negative space, and put your paper down and rub your crayon on them. Make sure you're not pushing too hard on your crayon or drawing on the objects you're picking the textures up from, and be creative. See what kind of interesting textures you can find. Okay, so I want you to see how many interesting textures you can find. If you want to label them, you can. This says tile floor. This was my napkin holder, a textured kind of box, a wall grate, a basket. So you can label them if you want, but same as last week, all you're going to do this week is find some non-organic or geometric textures that are repeating patterns that you can then use in your collage. So we will use this week's lesson and last week's lesson to create a collage in the coming weeks. So don't throw those papers out. And thanks for watching.